Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Dave.
And we're going to do another MageForge. This time we're going to make the wall.
Jump down in the description below where you can find Nerdarchy, the newsletter. Learn how to game with Nerdarchy, as well as gain weekly tips.
Alright, so I'm not trying to make a magic item that's the wall of a building. We're making a shield. So,
I thought we were going to do something with Pink Floyd. I thought this was going to be a bardic item.
No, I'm sorry.
Damn.
No Pink Floyd this time. So, the wall. It's a shield. So, what do we have?
Okay, so how do we make the wall live up to its name? We could give it the shielding property. Or, maybe... can't do it all the time because that would be too good. Perhaps once where either works on charges or once per short rest. Once per short rest wouldn't be too bad because it only lasts a round, but it can actually perform the shield spell.
Okay.
Which, one, it negates magic missiles.
All right,
and two, it bumps your armor class by 5.
Which
Big
is
deal.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so what about this? What if we give it charges?
Okay.
And you have options. So one of those options could literally be you hold it up and it makes a barrier. Like, i.e., like wall of stone or wall of earth. It actually creates a barrier that can't be crossed.
So wall of stone, it's not permanent, right? So it goes away after like 10 minutes or something, I believe. So what if I almost want to say it becomes part of the wall for the duration, just because it's just
Concentration
kind of
up to 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then there's a thing where you can make it permanent, right? Like if you concentrate for the full 10 minutes. I believe is how that works.
If you maintain your concentration on the spell for its whole duration, the wall becomes permanent and can't be dispelled. I would say that for this, you can't create. You can't. The effect ignores that last paragraph. You can't make the walls and keep them permanent.
So I had a thought on it. Like what if you could, but you had to hold the shield there for the duration of the 10 minutes? So you really have to commit to having that wall.
That's true.
As a so what other abilities are you thinking? We'll come back to that one.
All right.
Does it have a bonus, or is it just a magic item?
I think it should be at least a +1 shield.
Okay.
It can go higher than that if you really feel that it's warranted. If you're doing higher than +1 and it has the ability to throw the magical +5 on top of it, that's whoa in my
It's kind of hefty, yeah.
Yeah, because that's like, oh, I do this and my armor class is, what is that, 8 higher? Because a shield already gives you 2 +1 for it being magical. You throw shield on top of it, that's 8 points right there. If you bump that up, you could be rocking out a solid +10.
It's a lot.
It's like, oh, yeah, plate mail, woo.
So is it just those 2 abilities, or is there more?
I don't know.
I'm trying to envision the wall, right? The shield's called the wall. So I almost want everything to feel like it's putting up a wall, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that either. Because indoor it could just be very defensive in nature. Like indoor elements would be kind of a good one. Or does it have the ability to change size? It can become a tower shield.
Oh.
Or something along those lines.
I like that idea. That it can change from the different sizes. I think it should cost a charge. It should cost a charge to move up or down a size category.
I would just say I would only charge to move up.
Okay.
Because there's only really 2 shields, right? There's a shield and there's a tower shield.
Right.
Is there even a tower shield in 5e? I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, and here's why, guys. Because I think personally, like the player that tries to bring the tower shield with them is stupid. Like I think it's a dumb thing.
You can't take a
The
tower
player's
shield in a
not
dungeon.
stupid, but the idea is stupid. Like a tower shield was never meant to be used for individual combat. So
Yeah, you just have shield.
yeah, they took it out because it was weird.
You know,
In my opinion.
Back in the day, you had buckler, you had essentially small shield or
You had two different shield sizes and the buckler.
right.
Now the buckler makes sense. They should bring back the buckler, and that's not too bad because there's a place for it. There's a +1 instead of a +2 to armor class. The buckler absolutely makes sense, but the tower shield, no, it doesn't. Is it a thing? Yeah, it is. And that guy, all his job was to do was hold the shield.
Right.
He didn't do anything else. He didn't fight. So like, why would you bring it? Like, Ryan had made a build with a character where he had a tower shield fighter, and he was telling me about it. It was in Pathfinder, and it was, to me, it was really kind of like it was dumb. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just a weird thing to do. It's just a very power gamey thing to do. There are bigger shields that do work, but the tower shield is beyond that. Like the tortoise shield, like in some Asian cultures that they would use, it definitely is a bigger shield and would work.
There are a number of designs that do fit, but the tower shield is literally like a 10-foot by 6-foot.
Like you can't get through the door with it.
Right.
That's a problem.
It's designed for sieges.
Yeah.
So that the arrows that are coming in, you're sitting there behind this wall
To protect your archers.
to protect you and your fellow comrades.
Yeah.
It's not designed for I'm going to go adventuring. It doesn't make sense.
With that in mind, do we want to do the size changing thing to it, or does it seem weird?
I think it would. Now that we're exploring it, it definitely seems weird unless we release the rules for buckler and tower shield. I say we take it out.
Let's take it out. Oh, you know what? Okay, so going with that, right? Let's go. Let's get rid of the wall stone. Make it a wall of force.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to figure out the charges for it, guys. We'll make it a wall of force. Also, prismatic sphere would work. So then we're staying pretty themed.
Right.
I feel like, and now this is a very powerful magic item. This is at least at the very least very rare.
Right. Absolutely.
So wall of force, prismatic sphere, shield, and
And +1.
and it's +1, and maybe the charges are 1, 3, and 5.
Right.
So like if chances are. What's the max charges? The max charges are probably like 6 or 10, right? They kind of vary. You're not gonna find it in that book.
Yeah, you're right. There's some magic items that have into the 20s. So for some reason the number 16 popped
Yeah,
into
but
my
I think
head.
they're like wands and stuff like that.
That's
though.
true. They're designed to.
Yeah. So, but I think like the rings that use charges and other magic items, it's like
Yeah, they usually cap in the low double digits.
10. I think like 10 is high, and 5 or 6 might be more average. So what if we go 6 charges, right? So that's wall of force twice a day, possibly. Prismatic sphere once a day, or you could use shield a bunch of times.
Shield a bunch of times would be awesome.
And it's pretty strong too, but it's a round at a time.
And after a long rest, you get 1d6 +1, or 1d6 back.
I would have to see what the exact mechanic it is, but yes. Yeah, after a long rest, it's a random roll to see how many of the charges you get back. So the next day, you may not even get them all back.
Right.
But I'm thinking 6 is the maximum, and then, probably a die 6, or it might be a die 6 -5. I forget how they do it in the book.
And I'm going to say that the walls thing is the staying power, so there is no if you deplete all charges nonsense.
Oh no, that's only wands. Only wands really do that.
Well, there's a couple things. I think there's a ring or so that
Yeah, but there isn't like a bunch, you know. So yeah, it doesn't disintegrate after you use the last charge.
The wall will stay.
The wall. Yeah. Apparently it was not made in Germany. So what do you guys think? Are you digging on the wall? Do you like how we did it? Is it too strong? How would you do it in your game? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can tweet at us at Nerdarchy.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.